your studies in the domain of computer science because of this now data analytics. Now, having that comparative study and data analytics are two different things. Now, if we will focus on the comparative study, then it will not be computer science. Therefore, we will focus on the data analytics. So we can do this using the data using comparative study. So so agree naman no, we will focus on the data analytics.
Yes,
So
sir.
regardless, for me, I think regardless effective ang modular or ang online learning, our concern is on the data analytics.
Data analytics. Yes, sir.
How it's done, how it helps, no, the data analytics. So that makes computer science. So in the introduction, may I suggest to add study about the data analytics. No?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And on your statement of the problem, based on my suggestion that we will focus on data analytics, your statement of the problem, the questions or the problem here are good for the survey.
Comparative.
We will try to add the statement of the problem that would establish no the data analytics on the study. Why questions like why do we need to use data analytics for this? How will the data analytics help in doing the study? So things like that no sa statement of the problem na to. So dugangan siya so that we will have more focus on data analytics. Again, if we'll focus on the survey, it will not be computer science. So we focus on the data analytics. And there are statements here no, that you will make a system no, using Python and other. So that makes it no, that will support the studying. This is computer science. Also, yeah, that's for the statement of the problem. So it is important no, para ma-establish nato ang data analytics in your study. So focus ta more on the problem nga ma-address this data analytics. No, ang problem nga iyang ma-address because of this proposal. And I think the hypothesis na po this time is not on whether it is effective ang modular or the online learning, but whether effective ang data analytics in analyzing those data. Also, on the key purpose now in the background of your study, the key purpose of the study is to find out the challenges encountered by students engaging and also be busy. No? I think our key purpose here is on the development. Now the development of the system, the data analytics system. Anyway, I added the comments here sa PDF. And so, in the significance of your study in the department, for the department, this serve as basis. It no longer be a basis now for CAS to allow CSIT students because the fact that we are under the IITF, they will determine no, sa mga inana. But just think of another significance no that the study contribute or yang because of this development the college has a better way of analyzing data like this. Okay, having this analytics, it cannot be only limited to the face-to-face. It can still be useful to other different data aside from the survey out of face-to-face. And also, let us in the conceptual, I think let's focus more sa sa how the study will do the how will the system the analytics. Unsa niya pag-analyze? Unsang algorithm yung gamiton pag-analyze? Unsang language no, you talk about Python, then unsang algorithm yung gamiton pag-analyze? So with that, well established na to, it is computer science, no? So how will the system or establish the statement na or the process, the procedure on how does your system will analyze the data na unsa nga algorithm inyong gamiton. I think that's all for my comment. No, may
Thank you, sir.
I give you to.
Thank you, sir.
So maybe the other panel members will have their comment.
Okay, Sir Romnick. Followed by Sir Samadja.
Okay, good morning, class. Good morning, guys. Good morning, everyone. With regards to your proposal, as what I have read in your statement of the problem, your program is focused only on the performance of third year and fourth year students during the pre-pandemic and pandemic times. So the question is, how does make your program continue solving problems within our college? Since we are talking about the consistency of the program, our college is planning to level up to level 3 and level 4 on our part. So we would like to enhance our research outputs, okay, with regards to the system and with regards to the program that we are going to make. So with regards to this, dapat siguro, you need to think of another way nga inyong system magamit gihapon even if wala na ang pandemic. Okay, what will happen to your system if wala na ang pandemic? Di ba? So we will think of it. Unsa may purpose to ang system? Magamit pa ba ni siya after pandemic? It's because our focus is only on the data within the pre-pandemic and pandemic times. So kinahanglan ato ang hunahunahon nga dapat ato ang system magamit gihapon hantod-hantod og kanus siya kutob. Okay? Para naay continuity ato ang system. Okay, naikapakita ang ato ang college nga ang output sa student is nagamit gyud sa asaman sa organization or establishment na kung asa nila ihatag ang system. Di ba? So, usa na sa ko ang recommendation on this part. Okay? Then, maybe you will try to find out asa pa man nga part sa ato ang college na pwede idugang ninyo isingkin ninyo ang feature diya sa inyong system na pwede japon magamit ninyo hang program bisag wala na ang pandemic. Okay? Kay maybe on August naman ta face to face naman ta, so naana po another way of process sa tuang learning. So mag face to face ta, like for example by batch. So unsa naman po unsa naman po yung rules sa ato ang system on that particular part. So dapat ato na siyang hunahunaon nga okay, pwede dai nato ato ang ikuan po natong system enhance na which is makagather japon siya data with that particular situation. Okay? So inyo na siyang i-add sa inyong system para na consistency inyo ang system. Nga magamit ra gyapon siya bisag wala na ang inyong gi-focus na problem. Okay, if makuha na nga problem, ma-solve na nga problem, then there might be a problem that will arise also. So kinahanglan we will think ahead sa ato ang ginagama karon. So we will think of unsa pa may posibleng magamit or magamitan sa tuang system. Ana. Then what else? Okay, murag kana ra ako ang suggestion lang.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, sige. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Sir Romnick. Sir Jess.
Hello, good morning, everyone. For Group
Morning,
1,
sir.
to our Dean, Dr. Arnold Yorfo, to our Research Director, Dr. Albina, our Assistant Dean, Ma'am Karen, Ma'am Helen, our thesis advisor. Okay, so in my end, I just want to add on the inputs of our coordinators or Abikibel that we are going to enhance our statement of the problem, no? So in the statement of the problem, assuming that this title is already okay, so based on the title, ang inyong statement of the problem, as what Sir Franco Abikibel said, medyo dili siya naa siya kinahanglan enhance. So my suggestion, and this is subject for correction from or any suggestion, also input from the panel. So first thing that you are going to do in your statement of the problem, kindly take note, your statement of the problem number 1 would be, what are the teaching strategies implemented by the CSIT faculty before and during the pandemic in terms of, again, what are the teaching strategies implemented by the CSIT faculty before and during the pandemic in terms of 1.1 classroom management. So in your statement of the problem, katong in your statement of the problem 1 to 3, I guess that covers on classroom management. No? Effective teaching strategies. And 1.2, facilities and equipment. Before the pandemic and during the pandemic, how the facilities and equipment being utilized, no? Using the modular and the face-to-face learning process. And number 3 is content delivery. Okay, how the faculty deliver the content of the subject matter. Number 2, we are going to assess the result of number 1 problem. Okay, what is the level of effectiveness of the teaching strategies before and during the pandemic in terms of katura gihapon? In order for us to create an analysis comparing the modular and the face-to-face learning. Okay? Number 3, we are going to assess, since you're going to develop a system, we are going to determine the end user requirements. So before we're going to develop a system, we're going to conduct a survey. What are the end user requirements in order to address the analysis of the modular and face-to-face learning in different factors? So what are the end user requirements needed in the development of the system in terms of 1 is, or 3.1, hardware, and second is software. Okay, hardware and software. Number 4, we are going to assess now the developed system in terms of the level of effectiveness. So mogamit ta atong, I don't know if okay ra po ni siya, pero mo ni siya gipagamit ni Dr. Albina before, no? So what is number 4? What is the level of software quality, internal and external factors using ISO IEC 9126 In terms of, anyway, ako ra po ni siyang isend sa inyo ha para dili sa kayo kwan. Okay? In terms of 4.1, functionality of the developed system. Second is reliability of the developed system. Third is efficiency. Number 4 is maintainability. And the last is portability. Okay? So the first two statement of the problem is identifying the teaching strategies implemented. Next problem is to assess the implemented strategy. And then the third is the end user requirements. And the last is the effectiveness of the developed system. Okay, so you are going to have two sets of questionnaire sa later part. Okay, so mo na siya ang akong suggestion for the statement of the problem. And for the limitation or for the scope and limitation, no, ang inyong statement, inyong kuan dere, the limitation of the systems, the system are, it will only interpret and analyze data which are based on the parameters of the study. This is not a limitation. This is still part of the scope, meaning naman scope and limitation. Scope meaning what covers your study. So appeal na siya ang interpretation and analysis because you are talking about data analytics. Na? So that is still part of the scope. Limitation are those features which are not to be covered by your study. Diha ninyo ibuta ang limitation. Meaning, diha ra siya taman, ang limitation mo to siya ang i-mention ninyo nga dapat wala na siya na-appeal sa inyong study. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Did you get my point?
Yes, sir.
Next is okay. Another is katong sulti po ni Sir Kokoy, no? So about the algorithm, you are going to emphasize what particular algorithm that you are going to use in order to perform data analytics. No? I-emphasize na ninyo, then you are going to discuss that. So far, that would be my inputs for this group. And thank you very much. I will keep this back to Sir Yorko.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Sir Jess. So
Okay.
I will be the next to give my comments. So kining inyong kuan, I will be focusing on the statistical part of your paper. So it's obvious actually that kining sa statistical treatment is kuan ni siya, sayop ni siya. This needs to be revised. For example, sa statistical tools, you stated here that the study will use chi-square to be used in item number 3. That is to test the relationship between respondent's profile and the frequency of purchase/order. So when I see the statement of the problem, the original one, itong wala pagikuha ni Sir Somadia, wala may profile sa respondent at the same time wala pod ang kuan question number 3 nga kanang gahiskot sa purchase order, no? Purchase order. So
Sir, nasayop na ni.
Wala naman, dili na sa answer sayop ang nabutang dira.
oh. So wala
Wala.
na siya actually. So
Wala.
this needs to be revised, and then once ma-finalize na to after unya sa comment ni Dr. Albina, once we have finalized the statement of the problem, then we need to revise also the statistical treatment. So based on my experience sa mga CS o mga IT nga research, dili man kay complicated, no, ang mga statistical treatment. So kuan lang, unya na lang ko mo hatag yun sa akong final comments ani statistical treatment once we have finalized already the questionnaire. So inyong questionnaire ba kining wala pa man may gibutang diri, no? Wala pa tay questionnaire ana.
Wala pa, sir.
Okay, tsada tatong nga ma-present na siya ron so that we can see if maka-answer ba gud siya sa objectives of the study. So, and also aside from those statistical treatment nga need gyud tog major revision, and then wala pa na present na questionnaire, the way the references our kuan kining written is dili ni siya mao ang kuan ani EPE style. So this also needs to be revised. So actually dili man ta siya problema paggama sa referencing kay one man sa Microsoft Word na naman na sila yung mga style na daan, then you just need to select what style of referencing are you going to use and then just input the needed data and the output will be the kuana kato ng kanang sakto nga pagka right nga references. So I think dili siya kayo problema, but kay naraman sa Microsoft Word daan, but again you need to revise your references. Okay, so di ko mahilabot na sa mga data analytics. I don't know kung sa'yo pa ng system, no? Okay, so mora sa to ako for now. So I will now turn you over to Dr. Albina to give his insights. Sir Al,
Thank you, sir.
welcome.
Good morning, everyone. Sir Yurko and the rest of the faculty and the student proponents of this project titled Comparative Study of Modular and Face-to-Face Learning of NORSU BSc CSIT students through Data Analytics. Before I proceed with my comments, may I request Sir Jess to flash on the screen the statement of the problem that you suggested a while ago? Ma-flash niyo mo, sir, so that we can analyze the statement of the problem altogether.
Okay, sir. Ako sa i-copy, sir. Then, pwede later na ko i-kwan, sir. Ako sa i-transfer sa Picas computer, sir.
Oo, sige, sir. Mag-wait ko, sir.
Okay, sir.
Sir, si Sir Kokoy, may ku-answer your phone, no? Ang chair, no?
Yes, sir.
Si Ma'am Karam, makita
Yes,
siya
sir.
comments. Ma'am Karam.
Si Ma'am Karen. Ma'am Karen usa siguro.
Oo, while waiting sa statement of the problem, Mr. Jess.
Sir, so sorry. I was not able to read the manuscript since I am actually still in the process checking the 15 manuscript of the IT, sir, since I was assigned in the IT. My role here is a listener and observer this morning.
I see. Okay ra, ma'am. Sige,
Sorry.
Sir Kokoy, ato asa analyzon tong gi-suggest ni Sir Jess nga statement of the problem and then check if within ba siya sa within ba siya sa computer science nga research.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. So,
Pero sir, ang data analytics under siya sa maklaro ba ang ani ang computer science component na proposal?
yes, sir. If they will include the algorithm they use in making the system, or how the analytics will work, or what the algorithm yung base no ang analytics niya. So establish siya. So that's
okay,
why
na siya answer mo that's my primary concern na ang delineation gani sa computer science o sa
IT.
computer science, information technology and computer science nga mga
Yes.
projects.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Kaya we talk about the algorithm, that's nana sa domain sa computer science. But if about applications lang i-develop, dito na siya sa IT or sa IS.
May I know from the students the ultimate or the expected output of this proposed project? What's the ultimate output?
expected output naman sir is makagama siya yung system that na maka-help sa NORSO and as well as magamit siya nga sa dili ra sa NORS or dili ra sa pag-analyze anang katong giingon ni Sir Romnick ganiha sir nga dili ra siya sa face to face na magamit pero sa lahi pod nga answer nga mga problem nga pwede ma-assess sa among system nga magama.
So system ilang gamon i-develop Sir Kokoy? No,
Yes,
system.
sir. Yes, sir. A system nga mo analyze, no? Given the data, i-analyze on niya. But that is dependent na po on what about the data ilang need to analyze.
Oo, muna siya ako ang next nga concern ang unsa ang data nga i-collect and then paano siya i-analyze.
So I think no sa statistical nila na part of it ang sila system i-consider nila how it will be statistically done. And that's why important ang algorithm to be used to achieve the desired nga puan or the correct outcome sa analytics.
Based on the title, student proponents, no, the impression I got is you want to compare the performance of students during the pre-pandemic and during the pandemic period. Is that it? Sakto ba ko?
Yes,
sir.
That's a bit that's a bit hazy. Dulong pa siya kay how are we going to what data are we going to collect that will capture the pre-pandemic performance and the pandemic performance? What set of data are we going to collect that will represent the performance of students during the face-to-face versus the modular?
Well, I think sir about sa kanang availability regarding sa online sir the availability sa gadgets sa mga students then ang environmental factors sir kang either katong sa face to face and then sa online learning sir. Nga ang mga data sir.
I think they will be conducting a survey, sir, no? Then they will be asking the students comparing their experience with the pre-pandemic and during pandemic. But I think the next question would be why is there a need to have this data analytics or how will the data analytics help? No.
Sir Jess, i-flash daw Sir Jess.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Did you see the screen? Makita na ninyo, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So ang first nga question is on teaching strategies before and during. So they would need a kuan ana Sir Jess and Sir Kokoy, no, they would need a standard questionnaire nga dili tong gama pa sila. They just have to adopt a standard questionnaire. Samot na nga this particular problem concerns area on education. Pang-education siya actually primarily. And then since dili na siya expertise sa mga proponents, so might as well adopt a questionnaire if at all we we approve this problem. And then second is on the level of effectiveness. Sa same ragyapon nga sub-problem, Sir Jess, no? Classroom management,
Yes, sir. Yes,
facilities,
sir.
content. Tapos ang
Ah, ah,
third,
may
user
sir, no?
requirements.
Sir, basig pwede ra dili na lang na necessary nga kuan siguro, no? Kana nga mga data sa mga effectiveness, what are the level of effectiveness? Well, because anyway, mas if we will focus on the analytics.
For a while lang nga, sa mute na. For a while, sir, ha?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. So kato ba kay it's like you're doing two research here. Kay mo compare pa mo at the same time mag-develop pa mo sa system. Kasi pwede na to ma-revise nga system na lang, then to test the system, we will use the data comparing the face-to-face and the online learning. Then because if you will we try to find out the teaching strategies implemented, you will be conducting survey to teachers pa and the level of effectiveness, no? So
Pwede
that's why
siya,
I'm suggesting.
pwede siya mawala, sir. Para dito gid sila mo focus sa kuan, sa
How will the data
development.
analytics?
Pero what system exactly ang ilang i-develop ani? Klaro ba ang kuan, sir? Ang system unsa ang data, ang system nga i-develop, ang data nga i-input, ang i-analyze, kay data analytics man siya.
So wala na kuan kayo ang system, pero naisgutan dito nga they will be using Python. That's why in my opening I clearly describe that the comparative study is a different study and developing a system is another study. They're doing two study here. Wherein basig pwede lang to prove that the data analytics is effectively working, they will use the data on the experience of students sa face-to-face sa survey nila. So that's why I think pwede lang dili lang mo determine sa level of effectiveness.
Pero ang first, sir, naara na ang first.
Na Japon
teaching
kay
strategies.
I think that muna itulo ka variation sa kuan nga the system will need to analyze from the kanang mga factor, ang classroom management niya, ang facilities, and kaning level of the level of effectiveness dito ni mo ni ang result using the system. Dito ni ma-determine sa system using the analytics. Na using the analytics siya mo determine sa level of effectiveness. Kay statistical man siya. So sa mo lagi what is the level of effectiveness of the teaching strategies?
Hello, sir.
Actually ang first og second nga problem kay related man na siya, no? So dili actually siya issue kung i-appeal lang usa wala o ng other one, tingali matter of placement lang. Pero if we decide to let the students gather data on teaching strategies, unsa marong maglisod naman kung appreciate sa kuan sa idea sorry students unsa ang kuan ani gyud, unsa ang system na i-develop?
Ang ikuan na mo, sir, is students performance data analyzing system.
Sir Jess?
Using
Sir? The purpose of having this statement of the problem 1 and 2, sir, is this would be the inputs that would be used by the algorithm that is implemented in the development of the system in problem number 3, sir. So in the problem number 3, end user requirements, this includes in hardware and software. In the software side, they are going to include the algorithm on how are they going to analyze the data gathered from the first and the second statement of the problem, and that would be the basis for comparing the result of the modular and the face-to-face learning. So dire siya sa ang focus sa algorithm and the analytics is on the development of the system. So that is why the number 4 problem will have to check also the effectiveness of the developed system based on the different areas. That includes already the algorithm being used. So mo na siya that is only for my point, sir.
Oo, okay ra Sir Jess. Pero no, the moment the data is collected and the moment the data is analyzed and the moment the system is developed, katong natoy point si Sir Romnick na what will happen then sa utility gani sa kuan sa system, will it be used continuously in the coming months or years, or for purposes of compliance lang siya ang system?
Basta mo nang. Sige ma'am. Say paano ni ma'am.
Hello, Sir
Ang
Al. Good
kuan,
morning.
for a
Good
while,
morning,
Miss Helena,
everyone. Okay, sir.
ato alang yung tabangan ang estudyante, no, to come up with a kuan, a better idea for research. I hope the students, mga student presenters, kuan siya. I hope the impression you are getting from us is we're trying to kuan, to purify, quote unquote, your idea in a way that it will be helpful for the program, for the college, and for you. Kuan pod siya kanang acceptable ba gani? Sige, Miss Helen.
Okay. Sir Al, if katong mubalik ta atong suggestion ni Sir Romnick, no, if ma-push through nato nga ilahang focus na gyud is more on the development of the system, which is the algorithm na gyud itself on how the system was conducted, not meaning dili ang focus nila actually is ang pag-compare sa data, but ang focus is yun sa paggama ang data analytics. So which means na ang code construct ng ilang i-compare, sir, ang continuity sa system nga katong giingon ni Sir Romnick actually is ang nature sa CS if it's data analytics, kanang dili gani siya mo continuous ra gani nga ang system itself nga gamito na pud sa next. Kaya ang focus is ang algorithm man, sir. So regardless if kanang ang katong system mismo wala na siya gigamit, but ang algorithm is it's still there, so other researchers could actually use it for their study nga kato ilang gamiton nga algorithm nga construct na sa ilang code. So naray continuity siya, sir. Ma-claim ra nato nga naay continuity if pwede siya magamit sa other researchers. Kaya ang algo man ang ato focus, sir. So mao man ang actually ang end goal sa CS is that we could create a different code of a different construct of code in which, for example, ma-maximize abi ang space or ang time sa kaning runtime sa existing algorithm. So pwede siya nga maklaim nimo nga mao nang continuity sa imong system, no pwede siya magamit sa ubang researchers nga katong gamiton ang imuha nga code construct. So if kana to i-focus sir, na makita ra natong continuity sa ila system. Sir Kokoy?
Yes, that is why no, I want to clarify what algorithm i-gamiton. Then the proponents will justify why nga kanang algorithm. That's why this system kana is not one size fits all. No, magdepende siya sa algorithm, and the algorithm is dependent on the problem that it can solve. So in this case, yang isolve is on the comparative. So other studies in the future about comparative, pwede siya. But other analytics, dili siya. Kaya dependent siya sa algorithm.
So additional lang sir no, if in case i-push through nila sir ang algorithm, it does not mean guys, again, as I have told you before, it does not mean nga ang kanang existing algorithm karon, like for example, the current kanang mga if else nga kaning construct kana ra inyong i-base. Dapat mangita mo og way nga musulod, for example, ang like i-embed ninyo abi ang if else sa do while nga wala pa siya nag-exist karon sa current nga computing study. So actually sir no, regardless if unsa siya ka minute nga detail nga inyo change, for as long as it's not existing in the computing society sa karon nga code construct, that could stay, and it focuses on data analytics and comparative studies. So pwede siya mo fit ra sir Al actually. And then pwede to siya mahimo nga benchmark sa uban nga kuan nga researchers.
Sige, okay na to siya. So, ato lang i-finalize ang koan statement of the problem. So, do we accept this now? Do we adopt this? Kining gi-suggest ni Sir Koan, Jess? Feasible ni siya, Miss Helen, sa point of view sa computer science?
Answer, if ipa-focus na to sila ang katong algorithm sir, kulang ni siya sir kay kuan man kani siya is dito ni siya sa comparative nga study. So ang bali ang result na ni siya ang katong sa back end nga kuan bali ang sa ila system mismo kinahanglan ta mo draft og separate nga kuan ani, kinahanglan mo draft og separate nga statement of the problem para ato dayon mausob ilang hypothesis sir. Kaya ang kuan man i-focus ato ang katong algo naman. Sir Koy?
Yeah. Kuan man gud if the thing can be done og i-excel ra siya, then i-excel ra siya. Let us establish why there is a need for data analytics, and that is surely data analytics is useful if we will be dealing huge data, dagko nga data. So in this case, third year and fourth year gamay lang siya, pero madala lang nato na siya og statement niya nga if gamitan siya dako nga data, useful gyapon ang system. Kay ang purpose no why we develop data analytics for big data. Kay og gagmay ra pwede ra mano-manohon na siya. But because data now is important and data is bigger, mas dako i-treat siya. So data analytics is the solution. So ano man are we going to or the students we will be conducting the survey, no, mo determine sila aning mga teaching strategies. But I think necessary po kay this will be the data nga gamiton to test the system.
Necessary, Miss Helen, nga naay statement of the problem concerning algorithm? If so, unsaon siya pag-state? Ato ginitabangan ang estudyante na lang from kuan bisag atong i-finalize lang ang statement of the problem, title, and then methodology before we proceed to the next group.
Hi. Hello, sir.
Hello, Sir Jazz. Okay, Sir Jazz, you are audible, Sir Jazz.
Sir, in relation sa statement of the problem, pwede siguro nato siya i-add sa statement of the problem ang algorithm that would test the runtime memory consume nga sa algorithm nga gi-apply sa developed system, sir. So mo na siya factor nga atong i-focus for the algorithm. How the algorithm function, so that would be measured according to the memory consume and then the runtime.
Sir Koy, comment.
So we'll be evaluating the effectiveness of the algorithm. Then I think na may standard for that siguro. No?
Kuan
Or
siya, sir.
we will add to the
sorry.
statement nga i-determine nila ang what is best algorithm for this type na in the comparative. Kailangan man algorithm. So what algorithm, then how effective no ang system. So if effective ang system, therefore sakto ang algorithm nga gigamit.
Okay. So i-add lang nako, sir, kuan siya, sir, ma-compute na to siya and ma-compare if kuan na may formula pud ana, Sir Koy, then maka-count naman pud sila ay ilahang i-compute dayon ikuan nila sa big O notation, so possible siya nga mabuhat nila actually. Pero ang ako lang concern is ang end sa kuan sa students. Ang scope ba, sir?
Oo.
Guys,
Kurang nalibog na guna sila ron, ma'am.
Para dili sila malibog, no, we will try to focus on the system, no, on the analytics. Regardless to ang comparative kay dili man to pang computer science. Ni comparative ta para natay data nga magamit to probe the effectivity of the analytics nga gi-develop.
So, Sir Koy, ang buhaton ani sa mga student is mag-research sila og unsang algorithm ilahang gamiton or gamon which fits to the system nga ilahang gamon. And
Yes.
then, nana.
I think there's no need na mag-research sila kay mo compare naman. They will look for an algorithm nga mo compare.
So mangita na lang sa dili na lang sila mismo mo magama.
Dili pwede dili ra din. Anyway, muna ilang i-apply sa system nga ilang i-develop. Mo develop
Okay,
ang
sige.
system nga mo
Kay
analyze.
basig ilang hunahuna ba nga sila pay mo gama sa algorithm which is lisod na kay sila siguro nga part ana.
Pwede og
mamanay
na sila i-develop no, igamon or i-combine. Pero in this case, simple, basic man ni siya kay mo compare lang man.
Oo.
So,
So,
develop for an algorithm.
So ang buhaton lang ninyo ni guys is kuha na lang, mangita lang mo og algorithm og as unsang algorithm ang mo fit sa inyo nga system para dali ra sa inyo ha nga paggama sa inyong system nga ana. Kay og usually good ani niya is kamo gyud mismo mo gama sa algorithm. Kay computer science man ta, so we will develop an algorithm which fits sa inyong needs sa system sa inyong ana. So sa gisulti ni Sir Kokoy, so mangita na lang mo para dili na kayo lisod kay murag ang time pod sa ato ang pag-develop is murag gamay na lang. So yung ana na lang dugay ang buhaton. Mangita na lang mo og algorithm, then kanang algorithm mo na yung gamiton sa inyong system. Ana.
Okay, ana. Then of course dito na nila i-prove na nga anong mao na nga algorithm mo nang gigamit.
Oo, ana. Then kuan sa face-to-face na lang ta Sir Koy, ato gini-implement nga sila good mismo mo magama sa algorithm. Kay we are going to level 3 and level 4, so dapat sa ato ang stance for the ComSci, ato ang mismong students mo ga-develop sa ato ang algorithm. But for now, we will be considerate kay ato ang pong kuan time is gamay ra pod, so pwede kayo ra igon ana ra. Just to help the students.
Ang justify lang is the system nga gi-develop, ang gi-apply.
Dito na lang ta mo kuan kay listen na kayo sila pa mo develop.
So basig pwede na to ma-eliminate na lang ning mga kani nga statement of the problem ning uban. Basig nara sila raw data nga magamit para ma-test ang system. But of course, kinahanglan complex siya kay applyan mo na tong algorithm.
With that, sir, mangita sila og raw data, so mawala ang essence sa ilahang study nga ilahang i-analyze tong kuan sa students o sa instructor. Kung raw data ilang pangitaon, so mas mayo og kuan katurang gihapon. Pero ang ilang pangitaon is katurang kan algorithm lang nga mo fit atong ilang gikuan sa Guys, kaya pa?
Kakayanin, sir.
Kani first statement no, they will be asking what are the teaching strategies. Then after that, they will determine the level of effectiveness. So how will they determine that? No? Kay survey man sa Japan, that is the effectiveness can be determined based on the responses, not based on the analytics.
Ana gyud.
Diba? So dili ko siya maabot Japan sa analytics.
Ma'am Helen, what's your call on this? Murag, tutaw lagi utok sa itong estudyante ni Ma'am Helen.
Unless siguro sir no, if ang ilang i-focus is unless siguro sir Corno, if ang i-focus nila is ang kuan, ang ilang i-analyze is ang based sa responses sa mga bata. Meaning mo fall ta sa kuan sa NLP, pero ako ang good concern is ang sa end sa students if makaya nila. Kay if data analysis tapos pukaw man sa NLP ta sir, compare na to is ang number of recurrence sa responses sa mga bata. For example, ang word nga lisod, kapila na balik sa response sa mga bata, ang word nga kulang sa gadget. If inana ang ilang i-kuan sir, inana ang ilahang i-analyze, dili na kayo need mag-focus sa kuan.
Sa
Inana
effectiveness.
atong buhaton sir. O if inana atong buhaton, actually dili na gani na to kailangan, mas dili na kailangan nga mo focus sila maayo sa algorithm if kana ang buhaton sa ilang system. So murag ma-justify ra nato nga wala sila ni create og ilahang own nga algorithm yun. If kato
pwede.
ilang i-focus sa study, if how many times ni appear mura siya kuan at the same
Mahulog na
time,
siya sa
mura siya
mahulog na siya sa data
sentiment
science.
analysis.
Ah.
Actually ang under data science man ang answer analysis. If
Ah.
mo fall ta sa
Acceptable
NLP,
gyapon na.
okay na sa sir if inana.
Acceptable na siya, one of the areas na dito ang data science.
Oo sir. If mo fall ta sa inana nga ang number of responses if kapila ni occur ang usa ka word, particular word sa kuan sa ilahang kaning
That is
responses
data
sa student.
mining.
Yes sir.
Data mining. Pwede na.
Oo.
Pwede na,
Guys.
pwede na. They will do data mining.
Mukuha sa
Ang
ukang
direction
mga
ani Miss Helen, if that's the case, is sentiment analysis na siya? Dili.
Dili siya ingon nga kay ang sentiment analysis sir Al kay kuan magud siya may di ba kay may focus magud gato sir nga katong threshold if kaning satisfaction inana sir sa sentiment analysis so last time. Pero if pwede ra siya sir nga dito ra siya taman sa kuan sa katong sa dito siya taman sa katong sa number of occurrence sa word. Pero para if ever if makaya pa sa mga bata pero interpretation na lang mo siya actually sir Al ang kana ganin sa satisfaction. So pwede siguro na to ma-add if in case nga after sa result is i-identify sa mga bata mo ng end goal dito dira na nato makita nga ma-compare ang modular ang face to face. So bali mauna na ang basis nato nga mahimo siyang sentiment analysis na lang if satisfied asa sila masatisfied kay dira man ta maka-create makagama og conclusion if how many times ni appear ang word nga for example dili sila satisfied. So out of mga 80 respondents ni appear siya mga 70 times. So it means nga poor ang kuan. For example, sa teaching kuan abi dili sila satisfied. So poor ang kaning teaching strategy nga gi-offer. So pwede siya sir Al. Oo.
Kaya na sa students. This one is Miss Helen.
Kaya ano na. Kaya na. Kaya nun. Kaya nun. Kaya.
Pero actually if mag-Python sila sir, naghan magud available na nga mga plugins sir sa Python. Ako lang concern is if makaya nila given the time.
Siguro ma'am, with your guidance ma'am, pwede dagay nila magama. Kay if wala good siguro murag dili good madali. Kay even kita gani siguro mismo maglisod tag kuan.
Mga na nato. Tabangan ra na to. Sir Romnick, Sir Carna?
Pwede.
Sige, we go back to the finalization of the statement of the problem and the title and methodology. So okay na yung statement of the problem?
Kanang asang ilang i-focus ani nga statement of the problem, Sir Al? Katong
Algorithm, gidagay, no? Kay mo, may kuan trust sa Comsci.
Oo, sir. Okay na tong ko answer katong gi-suggest kaniya ni Sir Jess. Pwede to nila magamit as one. And then siguro if mo focus sa atong bag-ong katong karon nga gi-suggest nako. Pwede na to tong gamiton tong gihatag nga katong inyong gikuan kaniya nga mga parameters, sir. Pwede to na to gamiton para nga mahimo siya basis para sa ilang kuan. Kaning conclusion sa sentiment analysis nila. Or usog ginilang title, sir.
Pwede tong sentiment analysis if they will develop the system mo analyze. Kaya nara may mga existing statistical program nga mo analyze.
Oo,
So
sir.
may mga survey so mga wala to sa computer science. But if inato siya, data mining siya, then gigamitan sa gi-develop nga system with the algorithm para ma-computer science siya. Pero again, og mo scrape ra kag data din i-analyze on using mga tools online or available, wala siya, dili siya pang computer science nga study.
So bali ang
if the study pwede ra i-conduct sa business ad nga student, so it's not computer science nga study. So ato ma-agree na lang ta nga dili na to wala ng algorithm. Ang algorithm. So mapili ra mga panang appropriate for study.
So i-carry over to nato tong kuan tong suggestion ganyan ni Sir Jess nga usa sa ilaha nga statement of the problem is to check the efficiency of the algorithm based sa runtime sa memory consumed. That's one.
Kanang number 4 nga gigpan ni Sir Jess. What is the level of na-standard ya, di ba? Na-standard pag assess sa algorithm nga gigamit sa system. Pero no need na nga ikuan ang algorithm basta kay na-establish nga mo ning algorithm gigamit, we'll focus on the develop nga system. O effective ba siya? Kung sa mga standard ang gamiton. Para dili siya komplikado.
Okay, so sir, ato nang i-finalize to guys sir no ang ilang kuan, ilang title ug ilang kaning statement of the problem.
Yeah, ma-finalize na to ang statement of the problem, mabalay na to ang title. But the big question is doable ba nila or kuan ba nila or mas maayo nga within sa ilang nga end mag-propose sila.
Sige, may we ask some of the group, guys. What's your take? Makaya ra?
Kaya na, Ramis.
Sige, pero o if dili yun kaya, ask lang mo assistance ha kay kasi naarami katabang po ni Ma'am Helen
Okay,
about
sir.
sa kuan kay murag sakit-sakit yun ning kuanan ni. Sige, ana lang.
Kayo, sir.
Sir Koy, ang ako lang i-clarify, sir, kaning naa diri nga gi-flash karon ni Sir Jazz nga kuan statement of the problem, mao na nilang i-focus.
Kuan pa na, dili pa sure ng 1 and 2, no? Like I said, basi kay kani magong what is the level of effectiveness of the teaching strategies, ma-answer ni siya through a survey, no? So I think dili madala sa artificial intelligence ni pag-determine using the analytics.
So bali unsa man jud ilang i-focus, Sir Koy, ang katong data mining nga katong atong gi-mention gagaina nga mo pick out sila og kuan words nga how many times ni occur, or
Pwede to.
katong
Then they will apply an algorithm pag-determine.
so if kato ilang gamiton, Sir Koy, kato ilang i-focus, dili na to pwede man na to ma-apply ni kuan 1 and 2 just to be able to get the responses sa mga bata. Na-pick out ang mga most recurring words.
Kaya gisurvey man
Para
gud
lang
siya.
mapanato siya.
Gisurvey na to ni siya, there's no need na mag-data mining. No? Kaya ang purpose sa data mining is like random ba no, big data script na nato from the web. So that's data mining. But if i-conduct na to ni nga survey for the purpose, I think ma-bias ta din ato i-claim nga gi-data mine na to siya, gi-mining na to siya. Wherein gi-conduct na to through a questionnaire, through a survey questionnaire. Or ano lang,
So
pwede
dili
lang
na
kana lang.
sa ilang kuan algo
Oo, unta.
para nga
Pero
mahuman na to ni ilahang study.
study Pero malito, kani man ning statement 1 and 2 mo na ang data nga gamiton para to test the algorithm, to test the system. Mo ni ang analyze god. Sila dili pwede lang di nato na usbon. Then ato ra idugang tong algorithm ng mga statement. Then iyon sa system pag gamit sa algorithm o iyon sa pag analytics. Then pag-determine sa algorithm.
So ano na lang sa statement 5, Sir Koy, if would it be okay if ako na lang ang mo suggest sa possible nga pwede nilang statement of the problem?
Basta for algorithm.
So statement for algorithm, pwede na to ibutang nga kuan. Check the efficiency of the proposed algorithm in terms of
question type siya, what is?
In terms of dayon, answer 5.5.1, the length of execution time of the system, then memory consumed. 5.2, memory consumed. So kana Sir Koy, kuan lang ko, ask lang ko for further comments from kuan sa inyo ha.
Gamitan mo siya standard, no? Pag-determine.
Kuan sir, pwede na nga idugang na lang nato kuan. Based on, or pwede nga sa kuan na lang, sa paper na lang nila, sa uban lang nga kuan dito sa chapter 3 is if kuan na tong big O notation.
So, ang algorithm
Kaya
na gamiton is big O.
Dili Sir Koy, ang sa big O notation is dira man kana mo measure sa kuan, sa mo measure sa kaning execution time o kaning sa ang big O para nga ma-determine nimo ang random consume. Rhythm nga gamit Sir Koy na sa ilaha nga end if unsa ila bali ang itas ra gyud sa big O is if paspas ba ang algorithm nga ila gigamit. Sige. Kuan lang ko for further comments.
Siguro ikuan prior problem like to determine what is the appropriate algorithm nga gamiton in their study. Then ang next na kaning number 5 mo ni siya ang mo assess na sa ilahang gi-determine nga kuan algorithm.
Okay, pwede ra pod sir.
Ma'am Helen, maka-assist ka og unsa nga right algorithm ang pwede nilang gamiton para dili na sila maglisod?
Sa karon dayon Sir Romnick, actually dili man gud ta maka right away nga maka-identify nga mao ni nga algo ang gamiton kay di ba pwede man siya nga matawag nato nga bag-o siya nga algo nga gi-insert if for example ang do while then insert ka embed kag if else sa sulod. So that is if wala na siya ga-exist sa karon nga time sa community, sa computing community, so pwede siya nga ma-claim nga bago na nga algorithm nila. Or pwede sad nga ang ilang i-focus is example if wala may ka-exist nga algorithm sa predictive sa data analysis nga comparative nga wala gagamit abi for example og arrays, then ilaha gamiton is arrays, so pwede gihapon siya nga ilaha na nga kuan nga bag-o nga algorithm nga i-introduce sa computing society when it comes to data analytics nga compare og two or more nga kuan parameters. So munang ako ang kuan sa ilaha is if karon nga time ta mo identify right away nga mo nila gamiton, dili ta maka-identify unless if kita mismo mo mukuha nila nga kana ila gamiton. And if atoa sila tagaan karon dayon nga kana ang ila i-focus, my main concern is that pag abot along the way ba kana ganing dili gani day mo fit sa ila study. If ato siya i-fix daan sa kuan sa ilahang nga libro, kay mas maayo man good siguro if ilahang code construct is as they go along with the creation of their system, dito nila makita. Kaya mo man ang main purpose gud tani sa ila study.
Sige.
So, makakreate sila bag-o.
Oh, may I suggest na lang no, we will have another time for this proposal para maka-proceed ta kay it seems kay again kita magbuot dili nya doable for the student ka end. So it would be better if they will think over again no, sa proposal. Then ang ilang ma-propose dito na po nato kano na po determine dito na nato further enhance or improve. Kaya out of this, I think dili siya ma-meet, no? So my suggestion is we will give this another time para we can proceed to the other proposals.
I-carry over sa ato nila for the meantime atong mga suggestions, Sir Koy.
Pwede.
And then i-polish na lang nila to suggestion. And from that, if in case if ever na sila ma-decidean yun, mo schedule ta usog.
Maybe we can schedule sa kita na lang internal sa CS o sa IT.
Okay, sir.
Oo, pwede
Okay,
ka
sir.
na lang kay para
Okay, sige, sir. Sir, you're full.
Yes, ma'am. Sir Al, napakay ikuan na to, sir? Dungag, sir?
No more, sir. I rely on the knowledge and expertise sa CS nga faculty.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Okay, so before tamo end, we will take screenshot first. Students, kindly stop sharing. Ako na lang mo stop sa sharing. Okay. So please turn on your cameras for a moment. We will have screenshot. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. Thank you, students, and please take note of the suggestions given to you by our panel of experts.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so our next proposed title of the study is Development of Database for COVID-19's Impact on Online Selling in Students of NURSU, a comparative data analysis before and during the pandemic. So, did you researcher Ms. Cosab Cecilia Marie? Guys, you may start. Ms. Cosab.
Nay, kagrupo din si Kwan, Miss Cosette. Masaw ni ka-groupmates niya. Miss Teroda, Miss Ihe, Miss Silibio, Miss Urbano, Miss Quitara, and Miss Incabo.
Guys.
Wala, no? Wala sila, Ma'am Helen.
Wala
No?
man.
Wala sila ibig usa ka representative gani.
Naman to sila ganina, sir? Ni out,
Wala man.
ni out tagway.
Hadlo.
Would it be okay, sir, if move na lang ta?
Oh, kanang third group, balikan na to sila ron.
Oo. Okay, so third group, the title of the study is Effectivity of Daily Workout Routine Using Web-Based Application Through Predictive Data Analysis. So lead researcher is Mr. Estrella Rico and company. Guys,
Correct.
kamu usay
Yes, miss.
present.
Sige, miss.
Okay. Good luck.
Wait, sa asan mo screen? Makita na mo screen, miss?
Gakuan pa gasta.
Madungog ko.
Yes, miss, madungog.
Yeah.
Okay, good morning.
Makita na ni Bea.
Dili na ko makita ang screen nyo.
Wait, sa dali ah.
Okay, go. Kita na.
Okay na, Bing?
No. Hello, good morning, panelists. Here's our study, and the introduction is technology today allows us to track our, by the way, our title, move to the previous slide, please. Okay, our title is Tracing the Effectivity of Daily Workout Routines Using Web-Based Application Through Data Analysis. So can we move to the next screen? And today, our technology today allows us to track our own fitness activity levels in ways that we might not have been, or we might not have had before. Lipman said. So fitness apps were created primarily to make exercise more attainable to everyone. In helping people lose weight and improve their overall weight or health, using a web-based application to track exercise was more effective than tracking exercises on paper. So researcher proposed a study that will use web-based application as a platform for workout planner application to track the daily workout activities of the user. In our proposed system, when the user creates a workout plan for a month, the system will provide the activities based on the age of the user and the intensity of the workout activities the user chooses. So the system will now give its initial prediction, which will change depending on the number of days where the user successfully completed the workout activities per week. So testing the accuracy of the prediction is done every month, where the user will input his weight, which will then be compared to the system's prediction. Next slide, please. Okay, so here is our statement of the problem. The study employed a web-based application and data analysis to track the daily workout routines of individual users. So using time series analysis, specifically forecasting, the system will try to predict the outcome of the workout activities, which will give the user insight on possible results upon engaging in the workout activities. So the user is required to input his final weight after the activities is completed to test the accuracy of this system prediction. So, in line with this, the researcher have determined the following parameter to consider. Number one is age, height, weight, gender of the user, and number two, frequency and intensity of exercise. Then number three, the accuracy of the system to give its prediction. And lastly, number four, the actual result from user. Next slide, please. Okay, and here is our hypothesis. Number one, the system will be able to predict the total weight loss based on the chosen exercise. Number two, the accuracy varies from time and frequency of exercise. And here is our scope and limitation of the study. So the scope of the study included the development and tracing the effectivity of daily workout routines using web-based application through data analysis. The implementation of this system can be assessed using Android phone or iOS or iPhones, laptop, and other PC through online. So the researchers uses programming languages to create the system and also uses information from different journals and authors related to physical fitness activities in order to create a best output to users to assess and use the system. Next, please. So here is our theoretical framework. Let me just read the explanation for that. One moment, please. Our theoretical framework is the time series modeling and forecasting. This study is anchored in one of the predictive analytics model, which is time series model, specifically forecasting. So the methods of predicting result is one of the strategy for dealing with time-based data to make predictions based on historical timestamp data. As the name implies, it entails working with time-based data like years, days, hours, and minutes. So to uncover hidden insights that can help you make better decisions. Model of time series analysis includes classification. It identifies and assigns categories to the data, the curve fitting. So it plots the data along the curve to study the relationship of variables within the data. And of course, descriptive analysis identifies patterns in time series data like trends, cycles, or seasonal variation. And the next is explanative analysis. So highlights the main characteristics of the time series data, usually in a visual format. Next, forecasting. This predicts future data. So this type is based on historical trends. It uses the historical data as a model for future data. So predicting scenarios that could happen along future plot points. Next, the intervention analysis. It studies how an event can change the data. The next, segmentation, split the data into segments to show the underlying properties of the source information. Then let's proceed with the conceptual framework. This coincides our theoretical framework, of course. So before the system can make its prediction, it will require the user to input data that will fill in the parameters needed. Data such as age, weight, height, and intensity of the workout activities is required to the user. And the system will provide the time or duration of the workout activities and the activities itself. The frequency of the data will be assessed by the system using the Harris-Benedict's equation. The data will be used in order for the system to calculate and give its prediction of the results. Next, Christine Dolor will be reading the next chapter, which is chapter 3.
So here are the methodology. This madong ra ko, Beng.
Yes, yes, miss, continue.
Classmate, ano ba taas kay dili makita ang. Itaas pa siya ba? So methodology. This chapter, we present the methodologies that will be used in tracing the effectivity of daily workout routines using web-based application through data analysis. Research design. In order for the data to be always up to date, a web-based application is created which provides a user-friendly application that can be used to track workout activities by providing a variety of workout activity to choose from. Through users' inputs, the systems collect the data from the users and try to predict the outcome of the exercise. Through data analysis and data collection from multiple users, the data is tested for its reliability and accuracy. Research subject and data set. The inclusion of different data is to define the efficiency of the proposed system that could be used as the subject of the experimentation and essential in order to derive the best outcome of the study. This data is composed of frequency of exercise, age, and intensity of an activity, body mass index, and time or duration of the exercise. For experimentation purposes, the researchers have decided to use the data gathered from multiple parameters that were set by the researchers. Each completed activities of the user is logged and gathered for each parameter set that was used to derive a conclusion. Data gathering instrument and procedure. The researchers used web-based application as a platform to gather data from the users, which will fill in the parameters required by the system to try to predict the possible weight loss of the user. Based on the gathered data, the system will provide workout activities for the user to perform. Upon completing the activities provided by the system, the set of data is recorded daily and is categorized weekly in order to determine the level of intensity of the activity. The data such as age, weight, height, and the intensity of workout exercise is required, which that allows the system to give its prediction on how much weight loss the user can get. In order to determine the accuracy of the system's prediction, the user is asked to input his or her data, particularly his weight. For data processing, the researchers tested the web-based application using data analysis, and the result is used as the point in deriving conclusions in the system. The result of the data analysis will be used as basis of the system for the prediction accuracy and reliability of system. This was repeatedly done until the proposed system and the data gathered for each user's transaction could be used to derive a conclusions. The statistical tools. This study presented a hypothesis, and the hypothesis should be proven. To fit the need for statistical tools, the researchers used inferential analysis in their hypothesis. Mainly, the linear regression is selected in this study. The researchers has assumed that the most efficient proposed system has an independent and dependent variables. Linear regression analysis helps the researchers on understanding how the dependent variables change when one of the independent variable mathematically. A linear regression is defined by this equation. So data treatment. These sections discuss on how the results are interpreted. This type of analysis involves one or more independent variables that best predict the value of the dependent variable in order to estimate the coefficients of the linear equation. You then estimate the value of x or dependent variable from y or the independent variable. That's all.
Okay, thank you, proponents. May I now please ask our panel of examiners, Sir Gokoy, our
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, John, Rico, Anthony, Jumer, Christine, Jaya, Marianita, and Bia. So the panel here is to determine whether the proposed your proposal is in line with the CS, no? Pang CS ba siya or dili? So again, just like the earlier proposal, parehara po, no, it's data analysis. Then what you will be doing is you will trace the effectivity of daily workout routines. Who are your respondents here? Respondents niyo in your proposed study. Who will be?
Bisag kinsa. Bisag kinsa ra sir. Ini one nga pwede maka-access sa system, pwede siya makagamit.
Basically ang respondents sa mga doing the daily workout routines, no? Kay sila man yung kuhaan sa ilang age, height.
Wala natin. So katong kuan mga bata itong na age. Based sa among nagama nga system survey, atong una wala na mo na field dire. Dili sir, dili kanang sa scope and limitation na mo sir ba nga nagama wala na mo na include dire sa presentation, but among gibutang dito is na age range from 16 to 22 I think. At 16 to 25 sir.
16? Identified na niya yung respondents. Who are your respondents? Yeah.
Basically sir katong pag-conduct na mo ay pag-create na mo is iplanuhan is gunaan
sa nago mo respondents nga gahimo og ga-exercise daily, no? Kay daily routine man nila. Tracing the effectivity of daily workout routines. So kinsa may ga-workout, kinsa may pang-workout nga inyong mga respondents ani possibly, no? Looking at your study, no, you will trace, no, the og effective ba iyang pag-workout daily, no? So kinsa man ni sila?
Sir, we decided to ask people from Alangilan to perform an exercise activity, sir. So ilahang ang mga data ang among i-gather.
So mo-perform pa sila or kuan na sila ga-exercise na guni sila sige?
Mo-perform pa lang, sir.
So for how long man ninyo i-conduct ang study nga mag-exercise sila?
1 month ra, sir.
Okay, 1 month. So unsa man nga mga exercise ninyo ipa-perform nila?
Basic lang na.
Basic exercise.
Like
push up, sit up.
Pero kay i-trace mo ninyo, no, unsay nga workout routine ang effective. So there are many sets of mga what's the term there? Na term ana sa exercise. Set of exercise na siya, dili ra kay usa ka buok. We talk about routine. Workout routine. So okay, no? So how will you conduct this study? Pa-exercise on sila 1 month, dayon ay mga workout routine. So nakay group.
Dili, sir, mo ask kami sa mga tao diri sa Alangilan, sir. Then sila na perform mo access sila sa website nga amuhang gamon.
Okay. So ang website ninyo na dito available ang exercise.
Yes, sir.
Lahi man po sa inyong statement ko, wala na nabutang diri, no?
Yes, sir, because ang main good namo nga nga dapat makuha ni is ang prediction sa system.
Okay.
Like kung mo-perform siya exercise, accurate ba ang pag-predict sa system sa possible weight loss nga iyahang makuha niya?
Okay, so again, what is that problem man nga why you need to have this web-based nga exercise tracing program, tracing application? Why did you propose to develop this?
Sir, since daghan man kayo available nga mga workout activities, sir, daghan kayo kapilian, sir. So using this website, it can narrow down the choices, sir.
Okay.
It can pass.
Sige, provided no na dito available ang exercise sa inyong website, so nipili siya ani kaning exercise. Okay. Then how will you determine sa yang effectivity ana nga ipili niya nga exercise routine?
Sir, if ang prediction sa system, sir, is accurate siya, so meaning ang effectivity sa exercise is effective din siya.
So saan man sa system pagkuha sa data?
Sir, mo require ang
Analyze
system
on.
nga yes, sir. Mo require ang system nga mo input ang user sa mga data such as age or weight, height. Then mo choose ang user og unsa nga intensity ang exercise nga iya himuon. And then ang frequency is i-determine na siya sa system based sa performance sa user to perform the workout activities. Then
Okay,
i-predict na siya.
So how will the system determine the frequency?
Sir, based na siya sa performance sa sir, sa user. Like for example, mo perform siya 5 push-ups, 10 sit-ups. Then if dili na siya niya mabuhat, sir, ang frequency is mo decrease. So ma-change pud ang iyahang prediction, sir, sa possible weight loss.
Because usually kay ang may tabo man gani so mo input ang user ani unsa ang frequency
Yes, sir.
and unsa ang
Ay,
intensity.
dili na, sir. Ang
So,
system ang
saan niya pag-determine ang frequency?
based sa sir, sa number of exercise nga na-complete sa user.
Okay, na-complete. So how will the system determine nga na-complete siya?
Ang amuang website ani sir, mura siya to-do list. Then the user will just click the completed task. So that way it can determine the frequency.
What if the user did not complete then iyang input na na-complete?
Sir, dili na siya reliable ang iyahang sir. Ang accuracy sa prediction dili na reliable.
Okay. So how will you eliminate that? Nga dapat kwanta ng data niya is accurate.
Di ba dili na problema? Dili na sa system na sa user.
Sa kana nga part, sir, sa user na siya nga problem, sir. Dili na sa system.
Okay.
If dili honest ang user, then ang result dili na pud accurate.
Sige mo proceed na lang ta ha. So let me be clear nga in your proposed study you have the workout routines and our focus here is on the data analytics lang, analysis o yun sa pag-analyze no. So balag yun sa nasa kuan. So para just like the earlier proposal, kinahanglan mo paano lang na algorithm no and the statement of the problem. through data analysis. So again, analyze niya na tong age, height, frequency, and intensity. It's up to you na, no, kung saan nyo na pag-develop ang system. Then it is web-based, no? Sige lang, wala akong concern nga na ay algorithm for this, no, nga gi-develop ninyo. Kaya, honestly, when it comes to tracing, tracking, ang ginagamit mong doon is mga sensor na. Okay, so the user cannot lie, no, nga na-exercise ba siya, yung heart rate, mga anak din, wala, kulang pagod siya ang inyong mga data, no? Heart rate niya, pila ka baso yung giinom. Okay ra na frequency and intensity of exercise. Then na type, na level sa exercise, no? So level 1 pa, level 2. Sige lang, kung saan niya, my concern is on the algorithm lang unya, no? Sige, let's have the other panel para ma-connect na to ang comment niya, then ma-adjust na to ang study. Sige, thank you. Miss Helen.
Okay, so Sir Jess? Comments?
Hello, good morning. As of now, no, I am quite confused on what I am going to say about your study. Siguro later part na ko murag mo to siya i-focus, no, kinahanglan ta og algorithm. So later part na ko, Ma'am Helen, mo to sa akong input.
Okay, so Sir Yorfo.
Sir Romnick sa dagoy, ma'am. Last
Okay,
nga.
Sir Romnick?
Oh,
sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir Romnick.
Guys, I just would like to have a na lang kani suggestion nga if mag-input man lamang ang ang user, much better if you are if you're going to use sensor just to to make the data accurate. Kaya if input lang man ang user, so usually ang inyong system is not useful. Kay pwede raman na nila i-falsify ilahang input. So much better if namoy sensor in order to capture the activity kailangan gihimo. So you can look for a kaning mga Arduino sensor, then ang inyong buhaton na pud ani is doble na. Naamoy Arduino, and then touch up ninyo na sa inyohang software nga system. Okay, web-based man ni siya. So ingon ana siya, or maybe nakay-sensor nga ang imuhang respondents is exercise diha, then imong sensor mo ay mag-predict sa iyahang movements o sa iyahang exercise, unsay frequency, unsa ka paano ang iyahang exercise, then ayha pa mohatag ang data o output nga mo ni siya ang mo ni siya ang output gud niyang exact based on the performance of the based on the performance of your respondents. Ana kay when we talk about making a system, kinala natay consistency about the output. Okay, so dili man pwede nga magamatag system unya ang lagdawas di ay mahimo siya nga dili siya useful, kay pwede ra nga ma-falsify or makuan sa user nga di ra ko mag-exercise ron, karon ning ibutang diri nga na-complete na ko, dili man na pwede ngayon ana. So we need to see to it that our system is accurate. Okay, so yun ana. So much better if you are going to implement sensor para sakto gyud ang data nga mogawas. Okay, so kana lang ako ang suggestion. And then how does your system used within the time frame. Like for example, magamit pa ba na inyong system hantod sa hantod with the user or dili na? Unsa may kuan niya? Unsa may yang limitation hantod kanus ama na nato pwede gamiton inyong system. Nana. Unsa may inyong kuan? Take ana sa inyong system. Magamit na siya or is it useful sa kuan inyong user nga gamiton? Assuming nga inyohan ang nakuan, inyo nang provide tong kuan, akong i-suggest nga mo gamit mong sensor just to predict the kuan movements. So unsa may assurance nga atong mapadayon atong system nga magamit sa atong system nga naay benefit nga madawat ang ato ang user from your system. Sige, anyone can kuan give your inputs.
Sige sir, since ang amuang system is web-based, so as long as ma-access siya sa internet, magamit ra gud siya sa user.
Okay.
Until the database storage is full.
So one thing is the database. So you need to have a kuan. If you're planning to make your system runnable every time, so kinahanglan na tay kuan enough storage for the data. Eh what if, like for example, ang user giganahan og gamit sa inyong kuan system. Dayon gigamit nila. Nya kay which is gahatag man na sila data. And then such time ni down kay ano, ang inyong kuan, ang inyong storage is na full na. So unsaon man na ninyo?
Sir, maybe i-upgrade na ang storage.
Okay, upgrade. So you're gonna kuan. You're gonna use cloud. And then
Yes,
the
sir.
cloud is maybe expensive because of the kuan. Pila na paano nyo ana. Okay. So we will think of the system nga kinahanglan runnable good siya and then it is accurate. And then dili dapat nga maggamaro tag system which is kulang-kulang atong storage kay mag-gather man tag data. What if maganahan unya ang users? So it looks down nga kuan kanidi nga system kuan dai ni uni muna kay dili na mo gana kay wala na dili na ka receive data. So much better if naamoy contingency plan nga himuon which is unsa may among buhaton ani nga para consistent ra nga mo runnable ra atong among program nga if ever na ay mga data nga daghan na asa man namo ipangbutang ana. Okay? So we need to think of kaning in the future use of the system. Dili lang kay mag-think ta nga hasta kay makagama ra ta ni, basta kay maka-store ta og storage. Okay, but the limitation of storage might matter. Okay, based on the data that is being gathered kay if maggamit mong sensor that quite big nga data ang ma-store sa inyong database. Okay? So, yun ana gud siya. And then kato inyong plano nga magpindot-pindot ta didto ang user nga kani na-complete na nako ni ana which is not very consistent gyud sa system. Dili man ta pwede mo gamag system nga dili gyud siya effective. Okay, so kinahanglan nagud siya effectivity sa gamit ba siya sa tuang user. Nana. Okay? So I hope you can generate idea kung saan ninyo. Okay? O ingon ana nga ma-accurate gyud ang ato ang data. Okay? Sige. So kana lang ako
Okay, thank you, Sir Romnick. Okay, once again, good morning to my colleagues and the proponents of the study. So these are the issues that I want to ask from you. First is ang algorithm or ang system yung gamon na nino kay wala pa man mo gama pa man mo, then mo gather pa mo data and then mo gama pa mo sa system. Mr. Rolian and company.
Yes, sir. Mo gather sa aming data, then nami mga equation nga gamiton para sa ano,
Yes.
para sa pag-predict.
Oh, correct na siya. So actually, I read the statistical treatment. Sakto to. You will be using linear regression. But ang issue ani, kay mo gather pa mamog data. So mo itong gikuha ni Sir Franco ganina, who will be your respondents gyud? Because di man na pwede nga maing ka nga bisag kinsa ra. So napat na namoy target o kinsa inyong respondents. So basically, katog itong ka-workout because ang inyong purpose ani sa inyong system no is mura siya forecasting nga if ever mahuman na ninyong system, then ganahan ko nga muna akong weight nga target nga mumaba akong weight in this into this target, then the system can suggest kung pila ka push-ups, pila ka sit-ups nga akong buhaton mo ba na sakto ba akong pagsabot?
Dili sir, based sa mga workout activities nga himuon sa user, i-predict sa system og pila ang possible weight loss nga iya nga makuha.
So about weight loss ra dahil dili the total exercise routine.
Yes sir.
Kaya ito, kay kung nana mo kay formula, ang reverse sa formula ba nga mo enter ko sa data and then pila ka expected ani nga weight loss nga makuha. Kay mag-target na ko daan nga karong adlaw pulo ka push-ups akong buhaton, 50 abi ka sit-ups, and then mo na expected nga weight loss. Ang inyo hadi ay is ako sa himo ng exercise and then after making the exercise dira na ko makabalo kung pilay expected nga weight loss.
Yes sir.
Kay supposedly kung kuan ang formula, pwede man na siya mag-reverse nga kanang mauna ang murag answer and then out of that answer mo na possible nga mga given values. Kay xy man to dayon ay equals sa inyong regression. So out of, for example, ang sa system ninyo pwede siya maka-create nga nadaan ang particular nga weight loss na kung kanan mahitabo, and then the system will suggest nga mo na siyang pwedeng combination, pwedeng push up tanan, pwedeng sit ups tanan, pwedeng combination of push up and sit ups. Ingana pod ba? So I understand nga pwede makakuha yung system nga if ever mo enter kag pila ka particular nga sit ups and push ups o usa pa na nga mga exercises, it can predict the kuan kaning weight loss nga pwede nga makuha, weight loss nga pwede nga mahimo. Pero pwede ba nga magam-an na siya paagi nga ang system kay na naman mo'y formula daan na enter naman ng formula, pwede ba na siya mahimo nga ang system mo suggest pod if ever ganahan ang user nga this is my target weight nga malos, how many push-ups or sit-ups akong needed?
Tryan ra na sir, kay murag complex kay.
Sige, actually they are using actually the same formula kana sa linear regression. Ang ako arang gi-raise up ron isang bali iuna nimo ang answer and then you will find the problem ning ana ba ang katong variables ng xy ang inyong ipangitaon. So layon hopefully you can find that because mas na may mga users pohon nga moingon nga muna akong target ron nga malos, then pila man kaha ang akong needed nga mga activities, frequency and intensity of the activities. So that's one. Second, there is inyong statement of the problem na diritong inyong gipangayo nga data no. So you are asking the respondents to give their number 1 age, height, weight, gender, frequency and intensity, accuracy of the system. Actually, sir, from user. Kuan ba? Kining sa weight loss man god, I think nay variable nga wala ninyo na kuan diri no, pero lisod po check incorporate pod mo nang ang di gyud ka kaingon nga 100 or pila ka percent ra ninyo accuracy because ang for example ang food intake sa inyong respondents kay wala man ni siya, it is not kuan, it is not part of your equation ang ilahang food intake. So it means, but I'm sure food intake is a very kuan kanang big factor in gaining or losing weight. So how are you going to address that? kay wala man ni na-appeal sa inyohang ang inyohang gikuan diri is kato ra mga exercises nilang ginahimo. Wala man na-appeal ang food intake.
So, sir, maybe sa pag-gather namo og input sa user, maka-add me dito like on the scale of 1 to 5, how frequent do you eat? So, based on that, sir, sa pag-analyze na namo sa mga data, ma-determine namo ang og pila ang accuracy sa paspas mo kaon og then ma-determine po namo if naunsa siya pag-usob-usob sa prediction.
Okay, kuan man ni siya, dili ra man gud ni siya kanang, for example, na kay usa ka tawo ani nga imong i-appeal sa respondents, you will not be observing them in kwanra 2 days or pila ka days, magdugay-dugay ko ni siya ang observation so that nay pattern gyud nga makita kay kini manggong kuan linear regression, it is magama kag formula or formula that will fit based on the given data. So the more data that you have, the more accurate your formula will be. So kuan kining ang food intake dili na to siya pwedeng moingka nga how frequent they are eating. In fact, when you say food intake, unsay may lang gikaon, pila ka grams nga carbohydrates, pila ang protein, pila ang vitamins, that complicated yun kayo siya, and we are not actually in experts with in terms ano sa mga nutrition, no. In fact, daghan man ang metabolism pod gani, daghan na siyang kuan pod and another factors pod ang ilang digestion kuan siya. So munang ang ako ang problema ra aning system is moro na nga part. So katong sa exercises makuanto ninyo, but ang kana yung factor sa regard sa ilang food intake, it's a very big problem because san pag mag-push up ka drag baling daghana and then bali po nimong kaon imong food intake bali pong taasa, so dili siya gihapon effective ang pag-exercise. So unsaon ka ni pag-address later on kining sa ako gyud ani kini yung sa food intake kay I'm sure I'm sure you will agree nga kana gyud sa food apil man gud na siya sa kuan good kanang sa diet good, and then ang diet apil gud na siya sa kanang program for those who want to lose weight yun kanang unsay food nga ilahang kanon dayon pila ang amount ning ana. Then lastly kuan wala nyo nabutangan og references ang inyong study, so please kuan lang unya kanang include the list of references at the end of the study. And then with regard sa kaning data treatment, correct man siya, mao man gyud ang data nga ang treatment nga gamiton. However, mao to ako ang issue is katong unsaon ninyo pag kuanon niya pag gama og system nga accurate yun siya when we have a variable nga we are very sure nga dako kay siya kuan kanang effect sa weight loss or weight gain sa usa ka respondent. So mora to siya ako students. Then I think ka Sir Al na ta.
Good morning, everyone. I think we have to adopt the suggestion of Sir Franco and Sir Romnick a while ago concerning the use of sensors. And with regard to that, may I know from the proponents concerning your capacity to do that? What's the capacity of the proponents?
Sa mo ang part, sir, kay kuwan, sir, kanang wala man ko kay may experience regarding sa mga ingon-ana, sir, sa sensors, especially the AI. Kanang mga ingon-ana, sir, saon pag kuwan, saon pag invent ana kay among learning, sir, about kuwan, dili gyud asin kanang ingon-ana kataas, sir, ba? Mo nang maybe nag-listen mi sa part nga especially sa inyo na nga study na mga mas deeper gani siya, especially Arduino gani siya kuan murag wala gani mi kasulay gid ang ana, sir.
But do you get the point of Sir Franco and Sir Romnick on the
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
necessity of using sensors? Do you get the idea why they suggested that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
But are you telling us that it is not within your capacity? Is that so?
Maybe makuan man lang, sir. Maybe maglisod yun ni sir. If na. Pero
But what if we will insist?
we'll try our best na lang, sir.
Actually, Sir Al, naman may AI karon Sir Al. Pero I don't think if kaya pa pud sa time kay magkuan mi start mi og kuti sa kaning sensor is karong final. Pero ambot o kaya og makaya ba nila?
Let's ask ang instructor nila sa thesis si Miss Helen, no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oras Ma'am Helen.
Yes, Sir Al. Yes, Sir
Kaya
Al.
ba kaya ra nila sensor? Itong Arduino nga dimension ni Sir Romney.
To answer Al, ang ilahamang kong Arduino is as mentioned by Sir Romnick is karon ra siya nga SEM offer, sir. So
masyado siya og first sem pa
I can't speak for them, sir, kay I don't know ang ilang capacity, sir, ba to create the tawag ani the system is dili kayo ko kuan dili ko maka-vouch kay from day one actually they had been upfront ilang kong giingnan nga maglisod daw sila gama og system jud, sir, kay wala daw sila knowledge event sa kuan sa database. So actually wala mo siya na part sa curriculum na, sir, sa ComSci. So mao nang murag dili pud kay ko maka ana ko gani nga push nila og maayo, sir.
Sige. Let's not just force the issue. Sir Franco and Sir Romnick, okay lang ba if dili ra sila mag-sensor? Or
Yes,
okay
sir.
na lang?
Okay lang.
Okay na lang?
Okay lang, provided kitong algorithm dito na lang ta for the data
dito na lang.
analytics.
Kato na lang. Sa next na lang kuan mo graduate unya pohon.
Importante ang data analytics. Matong hearing the talk with Dr. Yorfo, and now they're concluding that it is just about a weight loss and it cannot even predict. I think the proposed system is parang less of an impact, no. It would be better if it can predict, no. That's why we have that data analytics. One of the purposes for using data analytics is to predict, no. Pwede ma-predict niya ang given those information, given nga mo yung height, yung weight, then the system will suggest on sa ideal exercise. So that makes the system useful.
Along that line, I think we can impose, quote unquote, no, on that feature, the predictive feature of the system. I think that's within their capacity, Mantingali, to add more value and impact to the project. No, students, Kerira or Kayahon?
Kayahon, sir.
One last point. I saw in one of the slides a statement that says that hypotheses should be proven. I think that there was a mention of such statement, Bea, in your presentation, in your slides a while ago. Just a thought, no, that hypotheses are formulated not to be proven technically, but to be tested. Because hypotheses are only tentative answers, man, to the research questions that have been advanced. So we test hypotheses, but we don't prove. That's my comment. Thank you. Good luck on your project.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So, thank you to all panel members, and so the study is accepted with some revisions. So kuan lang kanang i-incorporate niya to ninyo. So please, we will take screenshots muna no before ta mo exit. Please turn on your cameras for a moment. Sige, 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you. And sa hapon na po ta ni sir, maniud to sa ta. Sir Al, kining usay time 1:30 tong original schedule, sir. But we have two groups nga na delay ba. Unsay kuan mo sir mo start kag 1:30 ra gihapon and then ugma na lang i-make up tong uban or we will start at 1. Naka-mute ka, sir.
1:15 sir, 1:15 pwede.
Okay, sige sir. So we'll start at 1:15. Miss Kosep, Miss Tamunang lang a group.
Okay, sir. Sige, sir.
Sige.
Miss Kosep.
Thank you. Lunch break
Thank you,
sa
sir.
staff.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.